Students and counselors, thank you so much for joining the Yes Prep School Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. A few housekeeping notes to be aware of before we begin with this presentation. A reminder that your camera and your microphone are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. If you have any questions, please type them in through that Q&A button that you see on the screen. This is one of many sessions that are happening today for this Yes Prep session, and we are also recording all of these sessions as well. So if you'd like to check out the recordings, you can go back to the same place that you registered for the session to check out the recordings as well. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to our presenter, who's going to give some information on VAST Academy.
Thank you so much. Okay. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. My name is Elise Gurka, and I am the transition specialist for VAST Academy Spring Branch campus. The Spring Branch campus is located off of I-10 and Beltway 8. We do have 3 locations: my campus, which is Northwest Spring Branch. We have Central Campus, which is downtown. They call it Midtown. And then we have the Stafford campus, which is in Missouri City. So sorry, next slide. Okay. Our motto for VAST Academy is all that I can, I will, which means education plus employment equals independence. I think my vision of it all is if you try hard and you show you have determination and you reach your goal, that also shows that you have independence, because you know those are things that you need to do. If you would like further information about the VAST Academy, you may visit vast.hccs.edu. On there, we have the brochure, the application, and some additional information. However, if you, at the end of this, it has my email address and the transition specialist for Stafford and Midtown and the Central College, should you want to reach out to us directly, and we can email you the application, the brochure, and the formal admissions process outline. Okay, next slide. Our mission statement for VAST Academy, as you can see, we provide post-secondary transition programs and comprehensive support, which is counseling, advising, and online tutoring services. All of that together is what leads to the meaningful credentials, employment, and independence for individuals. Our program is post-secondary for students ages 18 to 25. And what post-secondary is, for those that don't know, we're the bridge from high school to the steps beyond. And so we are that program. The opportunities include workforce certificates, pre-college and freshman success bridge courses, career readiness courses, internships, and you must apply for the internships after successful completion of the program, and employment assistance offered through inclusive, relevant, affordable, and a supportive environment. We're like a family at VAST, and that's where we get the supportive environment. The way when I talk to parents and students in schools, the way I describe VAST is we're a bridge. We're a bridge and learning opportunity for students in their transition from high school to the steps beyond. We are not the end all. We are that middle ground, whether the future path is a 2-year college. We have students who go on after our program to take credit courses at the community colleges. They may want to earn an associate's or a level 1 certificate. We have some students who go on to 4-year universities, and we have students who go on to the workforce. So there's different paths that you can take after you complete VAST. Again, we are that bridge. And the skills that the students utilize in VAST, such as time management, study skills, job skills, training, those skills are continued to be strengthened through the courses you take, so that you can apply those skills to future goals. Now, the courses are not time management course, study skills course. Our courses, through those courses, you learn those skills. Next slide, please. VAST does have a formal admissions process. We are a 2-year program. We have classes in the fall and the spring. We do admit students in both the fall and the spring. So if you didn't get your application and your supporting documents in for the fall semester, well, then you have time to get things in for the spring semester. The students take 4 classes per semester, 2 days a week from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So the first class is 9 to 10:30. The second class would be 10:30 to 12. The students have a 1-hour lunch break. The third class would be 1 to 2:30, and the final class for the day would be 2:30 to 4. The days of the week are determined by the grade level scored on our placement test, which is called the TABE. It's the Test of Adult Basic Education. In VAST, like I said before, we offer comprehensive support services such as advising, counseling, and online tutoring. And the students in VAST, through the 2 years, they take 36 hours of core courses and 12 hours of elective. All of our courses are job related. However, I also like to point out to students, schools, and parents that we do not train for a specific trade. The courses that our students take are non-credit courses because we are under the School of Continuing Education. So following successful completion of the VAST program, the students graduate just like other schools graduate, and the students receive, after successful completion, a certificate of occupational skills, which is a certificate of completion, which shows that the student successfully completed our program. Next slide. Thank you. Again, as I mentioned before, the VAST students either attend Tuesday, Thursdays, or Monday, Wednesdays, only 2 days a week. Our Monday, Wednesday cohort of students must be functioning academically at a 4th grade or above in reading, math, and English language skills. Our Tuesday, Thursday cohort students must be functioning academically at least a 2.5 grade reading level with an overall 3rd grade reading level in reading, math, and English. The placement test, which is one of our VAST entrance requirements, helps in determining which days of the week the student would attend. Next slide, please. Thank you. To apply to VAST, the student must be between the ages of 18 to 25 and no longer attending high school. They must be able to function independently in the classroom and on a college campus, which means not needing one-on-one instruction and/or care. And the reason I say a college campus, because college campuses are open campuses. Anybody can walk on, anybody can walk off. In VAST, we want to make sure that our students are safe. And that is why I mentioned to parents and students and schools that the student applying must be able to function independently in the classroom and on a college campus. Again, the minimum to get into possibly qualify for VAST is a 2.5 overall grade reading comprehension level and a 3rd grade overall academic based on their placement test. Next slide, please. We do have, again, a formal admissions process. I developed this outline so that the students wouldn't have to, although it is mentioned on the first page of the application, this is more of an outline form. So as the documents are gathered or completed, they can check them off. Again, we have a formal VAST application. Within the application, it shows that we need 2 letters of recommendation. The forms are within the application. Those forms must be completed by someone who has worked with the student in an educational setting, such as a teacher or counselor. In the application packet is a parent questionnaire. We also would need documentation of disability showing intellectual and academic levels, which include test scores. Those documents would have had to have been conducted within the last 3 years. The documents include the FIE, which is the full and individual evaluation, final ARD/IEP papers, and/or psychological evaluation. We also need the meningitis shot record and the final high school transcript. For VAST, it does not have to be an official transcript. It can be an unofficial transcript, which you scan in with your packet and you would email directly to the campus for which you are interested in attending. Also, the prospective student will need to receive a HCC ID number, and if they would apply to the school admissions to the School of Continuing Education. And if you're interested in applying, then you can email one of the transition specialists and we can send you the information on how to go about applying. You'd go to HCC, continuing education, start application process, and then you start the new application. Next slide, please. And then this is more about the process. Again, the TABE entrance, the TABE placement test is one of the VAST entrance requirements. It is again used to determine the skill level of reading, math, and English. It is 255 questions. It is taken online in the testing center of the campus of which you are interested in attending. Again, this must have a minimum score on that test of a 2.5 grade reading level and an overall 3rd grade reading level on the TABE. That just shows which days of the week, if you qualify for our program, which days of the week you would take the classes. Again, we do look at all documents holistically, but this is one part of our admissions process. And then following it, the TABE is free. It is administered at the campus in which you are interested in attending. Then after we receive all documents, the prospective student applying to the program would be contacted for an intake interview. A date and time would be coordinated with the director of VAST for the campus in which you are interested. During the intake interview, the student would be asked about his or her long-term goals. We would then explain the courses that the VAST Academy offers during the fall and spring semesters, as well as how VAST can possibly serve the student's needs. Then following the intake interview, all required documents, including the intake interview notes and the TABE placement test scores, would be reviewed. And following the review of all documents, a decision then would be determined as to if the prospective student would be eligible for acceptance to VAST. Next slide, please. We do have student life. We have something called the Eagles Club. We do want, not only are the courses important, but also we want our students to be well-rounded. We do have organizations, because of COVID, these have had to been scaled down, but pre-COVID and post-COVID, we will be bringing back the Eagles Club, the student government, athletics. Not all campuses have every organization. So it would depend on the campus on which you were attending. Like Northwest, we do have the Eagles Club. It's a smaller campus, so therefore we don't have a gym for the athletics. So we want our students not only, again, to do well in their classes, we want them to also be well-rounded so that on your resume, when you get to that point, it would show that you did different things. So we want to focus on the students' abilities rather than their disabilities. Next slide, please. Again, if you are interested in applying to VAST or have additional questions, please feel free to contact me. My name is Elise Gurka. I'm the transition specialist again for Spring Branch campus. Anna Calvo is direction of transition services. She's at Central Campus. And then we have Karen Sprague, who is a transition specialist for the Central and Stafford campuses. And if you feel comfortable emailing me for an application and brochure, then I can then get you the information and the application that pertains directly to that campus. So that's not a problem. And that is the end of my presentation. And if you have any questions, as you were directed, please ask me them in the chat box, and I will be here to get the responses back to you. And I appreciate you attending and listening to my presentation about the VAST Academy. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Elise, for sharing this information on VAST Academy. The other organization that was set to present during this session, unfortunately, was not able to attend. So this concludes this session, but we do encourage students and counselors to check in on the B sessions that are happening in about 30 minutes, or you can also jump into an A session, which has another 15 minutes. We are recording all of the sessions, and those recordings will be made available very soon at strivescan.com/yesprep. We encourage you to be active throughout the rest of the morning with these colleges and organizations as you're learning about your post-secondary options. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us today, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.